So I am going to do a quick review of the other franchise people can't stop talking about right now. Time for some complete tonal whiplash, a non-weeb's guide to what the hell is Uma Musume.
Yeah. What is Uma Musume?
So Uma Musume has kind of a cursed history as a franchise that ended up paying off in the long run. So it first came out as an anime in 2018. The anime was supposed to launch at the same time as the mobile gacha game, but because of issues, it came out first as like the introduction to the franchise, and then I believe it wasn't released in Japan until 2021. The actual mobile game, and then the U.S. version of it, or the international version of it, only came out in 2025, as in like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And the reason I know about this is that I have a buddy who he tends to sample more anime than I do, and he thought it looked interesting, so we just gave it a watch. And I'm going to put in this. It's funny how it's like it came to the U.S. at about the same time as K-pop Demon Hunters, because they're like the two female-related franchises that have kind of blown up recently, and they both kind of have the same reaction from a lot of people. Huh, this is way better than it has any right to be. Like realistically speaking. So what the hell is this? And why am I cursing so much? I don't know. It just feels appropriate. It's because I was editing the thumbnail, which you'll all get to see later in the week.
Yeah.
But the overall idea of it is that it is a bunch. It's kind of like the Gun Girls Online, or whatever that game is called. I forget the name of it. It's been years since I thought about it, where they personify different things and turn them into cute anime girls. In this case, they have taken a bunch of Japanese racehorses from recent history and have turned them all into characters. It's a world where there are these horse girls who run around, and there don't seem to be regular horses, and there also don't seem to be horse boys, because that would be kind of gay, right? So
no, right, yeah.
At least that's the attitude of the people making the game. So and you can tell whether the character was originally male or female based on which side of the head they have a ribbon on. So like Special Week up here in the front, they all have crazy racehorse names, as is tradition.
Yeah.
Based on this, I believe she would be the actual Special Week was a male.
Okay.
The overall flow of the game is that you are trying to have a winning career, and it's very roguelike because you're kind of playing the same career over and over again to build your stats, build what they call ancestry, which is basically if you have one racer, you get to pick two other racers in your stable to draw stats and influence from.
Okay.
So, and you can also draw influence from their grandparents once you have enough to do that. So it's all kind of randomized. You have good runs, you have bad runs. As far as gacha games go, it is very fair. I played for a week and did not feel the need to drop any money.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like it's generous with your time, and it's also kind of fun in terms of you get kind of the thrill of a real horse race, because you aren't actually giving any input once the race starts. Everything you're doing is setting up training, stats, skills, but random things can happen.
Yeah. Okay.
The other funny thing about this franchise, and by the way, if you're a parent and I wouldn't say this is appropriate for like elementary kids, but if your teenager starts playing it, as long as they are not putting too much time into it and they aren't, they don't have unlimited access to your credit card, because you can wail on this if you feel like it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the way
The,
most mobile games are.
yep, there are resources that it would make sense to put a lot of money into to get more readily, but again, you can just grind your way through it. But it is also much more teen friendly, and even I suppose was for in some instances child friendly than many other gacha games, because the, the actual Yakuza owns many of these horses. And so there are many, there have been lots of stories, and they seem to be borne out online, of people who post spicy arts to Pixiv, which is a Japanese art sharing website, and then being told that quite no uncertain terms, take that down because it's against the game's terms of service.
Yeah.
Fan art is okay, but the makers of the game, Psy Games, are rather insistent that no, no spicy art of the horse girls, because enforced by Yakuza, because they don't want to see their horses denigrated.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 And they don't mess around either.
No, these are people who, until they finally close the loophole that let people buy insurance policies for other people, one of their favorite ways to make money was to find somebody they didn't like, get a life insurance policy on them, and then once the life insurance policy was good to go, just to have a random salmon boat accident with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so the game itself, like as far as mobile games go, it feels reasonably fair. There's still some RNG involved. Uh, there's a wide array of colorful characters. There's probably going to be a character there that appeals to you if you like that sort of art style at all.
Mm.
Arco Sloth says, yeah, the Yakuza is not horsing around with this game.
Yeah. Ninja, not the horse game.
Now, the other thing that, and this is, by the way, the whole reaction of this is surprisingly good for what it should be, also extends to the anime adaptation, which it's kind of interesting how it took a little bit of time to figure out what it was, because the first season, each season follows a different racer. And one of the things they do is, since you have the different racehorses who have different contemporaries, and it's like, oh, a racehorse's career usually only lasts from like 3 to 5 years, and people always want to talk to me when I'm in the middle of the show. Sorry.
All right.
Anyhow, where was I? Oh yes. So so they always have this thing of like the legacy of the racers, but instead of going off to the stud farm when a character's career is kind of over, they just kind of hang around the school where all the horse girls get trained. You might ask questions like, wait, if you aren't being trained anymore, why are you here practicing and racing? It's like, be quiet. we want to have the characters from the previous season still milling around to give advice to the new characters. Yeah, I would categorize the first season as a very typical cute girls doing cute things show, but with a sports element that gives it some direction, because it does kind of follow the career of the racehorse special week. But not a whole lot of drama in that story. What's also funny in retrospect, especially knowing about the cleanliness enforced by Yakuza thing, is that they were much more willing to be a little bit fan servicey in the first season. Like, you have this guy who is the trainer, who I suppose represents the player character in the eventual game that came out. And the first thing he does is, it's like if you're a horse trainer and you see a horse that you think and you want to just check him out. Yeah, you just go back there and you start. You give him a quick pat down. He tries this on special week the first time he meets her, which that was very jarring after seeing the later seasons. I just gave it a few episodes of the first season a brief rewatch on a whim. It's like, oh wow, they completely excised all sex from this show after the first season. Second season, though, is where it actually gets good. But I think the first season is still worth a watch just because it does a lot of world building. Second season follows the rivalry between Tokai Teo and Meijiro McQueen. Ka-chow.
Yeah.
Which is actually a pretty dramatic story because basically the two of them keep exchanging injuries their whole career. Which, horse racing injuries tend to result in a trip to the glue factory. So if things go awry, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so it actually but they actually like do a good job of making you care. Like I remember when my friend was taking me through it, I was like, the first couple episodes, I was like, okay, I mean, this character's interesting and all, but, or I shouldn't say interesting. This character is appealing and all, but it's like, I don't know, like, what's going on? And then, like, after the first injury, it's like, I kind of had to know what would happen next.
Yeah.
Season 3, which wrapped up fairly recently, I usually watch things after they're already out, so I can't say, is a similar sort of biographical take on another horse named Kita-san Black and her trials and travails of her career, including what happens when you get past your peak. Which is kind of funny, like when you have what appears to be like a 16-year-old girl having hit her athletic peak and being worried about slowing down, but that's it's like okay, you just have to accept it. Like,
yeah.
Now, one thing I've only been on the periphery of is that the makers of the show and the game just love layering in crazy obscure references on this thing.
Oh.
Like in season 3, I kept noticing that that Kita-san Black, whenever she would drink, she ended up with a foam mustache. I was thinking, okay, what is that about? Well, I looked into it, and the actual horse has white lips, so that was their attempt to just make a reference to that.
Oh.
Some of my friends have gotten deep into the weeds on this, including multiple coworkers. It's like they keep making references that fly right over my head because I have not gone anywhere near that far into mapping the actual events of the horse racer career or to the racehorse career to the characters. But the memes are deep.
Yeah, I would imagine.
So overall, if you're wondering what the heck is this whole horse girl thing, that's what it is. I would say that it's basically a shonen sports show wrapped up with a cute in the trappings of a cute girls doing cute things show. And that is why the characters are kind of appealing. I think that this is like a reason why there aren't horse boys, because if you did that, there would be an unavoidable romantic element to any of these rivalries or friendships that they have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's able to just work on a very simple level of everybody is just a sincere racer who wants to do their best and is disappointed when they can't. And they just try to overcome and get better. So this makes them all very sympathetic, and especially makes their like when they run into a problem much more interesting. So yes, like I said, it's in the same category as K-pop Demon Hunters. As this is so much better than it has any right to actually be.
And Arco says the game won't likely last long if the R34 artists can't play their trade.
I do wonder about that. I mean, of course, for one thing, I'm gonna imagine that people who feel like they are outside of the reach of the Yakuza are letting the freak flag fly. So that's
Yeah.
but also like I am actually curious. Okay, there are a lot of franchises that are remembered because fan artists go out there and do their thing. But I wonder
Hmm.
like how much of that actually like trickles back to the original franchise.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just kind of a cute, sincere show. A surprisingly fair gotcha game. Like it's still got like a 4.7 on Google Play, so that's
Yeah.
as in comparison to if someone was telling me that the a recently released Persona gotcha game was sitting at 1.9 because they were greedy.
Oh.
Um, I am of the opinion that if you're going to make a free-to-play gotcha game, your best strategy is to be fun enough that people actually want to give you money rather than people having to give you money to participate in the game in the first place.
Yeah.